YouTubers, Kimchi and Chicken here, and today I'm doing a how-to guide on installing Minecraft mods. And so what we're going to need today is 7-zip, Forge, OptiFine, CraftGuide, TooManyItems, and MagicLauncher. And I will be going over them in a bit more detail throughout the video. And also the download links will be down in the description for you guys to download and install yourselves. So let's go ahead and get started. And first things first, let's go ahead and quit out of Minecraft. And what we're going to need is a file archiver because some mods do require that you open the Minecraft jar to install the mods directly into the jar itself. And there are other programs, but I prefer 7-zip. There's other programs like WinRAR, and also if you have either a Mac or a Linux machine, normally they come pre-installed with a file archiver on that computer. So with 7-zip, you will need to know which file to download, either the 32-bit or the 64-bit version. And to figure out which version of Windows you have installed on your computer, what you'll do is come down here to the Start menu, go to Computer, right-click it, and select Properties. And from here, just come about halfway down, and you see where it says System Type. Over to the right of it, it'll either say 32-bit or 64-bit operating system. And since mine says 64-bit operating system, I will be downloading the 64-bit version of 7-zip. So we could go ahead and close out of this window. And then I'll click the download link for the 64-bit version. So I have already downloaded this file, so no need to download again. So I could go ahead and close out of this tab. And next is Minecraft Forge. And what Forge does is it helps load the mods into your Minecraft. And to download the correct file, you'll click on Files tab at the top of the page. And then you'll need to look for the corresponding version for the version of Minecraft that you have or that you're wanting to install it on. So today we're going to be installing it on Minecraft 1.6.2. So I normally download the recommended version, which right now is build 804. So I'm just going to go over and click on the installer and download that. And you could save it onto your desktop or just any folder that you know where it's at. And I've already downloaded that as well, so I'm going to go and close out of that tab. And next is OptiFine. What this mod adds is support for HD textures, and also it makes your Minecraft look better, and also it performs a lot better than what it would without this. And no, I don't mean that you'll be able to kill more zombies and creepers and skeletons and spiders or anything like that. I mean that you get better frames per second. I mean, it's not going to do a miracle. It's not like going from a 560 to a Titan, but I mean, it'll help, and it helps a lot, and you'll notice the improvement once you install this mod. And here, just go down to the corresponding version of Minecraft that you have installed again, and there are older versions that you can download here as well. And I'm going to leave this open because we will need to reference back to this page a little bit later on in this tutorial. So next is CraftGuide, and I love CraftGuide just because I don't know how to craft every single item in Minecraft, and Minecraft is always updating, so there's always new items, and I just can't remember them all. So this mod just pops up a very nice looking GUI to where you could type in the name of the item and it'll show you how to craft the item itself. So here, just scroll down to the downloads and download the correct version of CraftGuide for the correct version of Minecraft that you're running. And there are mod loader versions or just a no loader version if you're not installing Forge or mod loader. So go ahead and download the correct one, and since I've already downloaded it, I'm going to go ahead and close out that tab. And the next one is TooManyItems. So with TooManyItems, it just brings up a better GUI, I believe, especially when you're in creative mode and you just want to grab an item real quick, or if you don't want to type it out in chat to give it to yourself. And you know, just because sometimes it's a little finicky, and if you don't type it correctly, you know, it says it's unrecognized and all of that junk. So this also brings a nice little interface into your Minecraft as well. So go ahead and download the Forge version, since we are going to be downloading or installing Forge. If you're not, go ahead and select on non-Forge and so on, and for the correct Minecraft version as well. So I've downloaded this as well, so I'm going ahead and close out of that. And then MagicLauncher. I love MagicLauncher just because I'm able to select which mods I want to load and which mods I don't want to load when I'm starting Minecraft. Because sometimes, you know, I want to play on a server and I'm not going to have, you know, a sprint mod or anything like that to help me cheat in the game. So you could always enable and disable certain mods on startup of Minecraft, and you could also switch between the versions of Minecraft that you're playing. So go ahead and download the correct one, either for Windows, for Mac, or Linux, and make sure it's for the correct, or I'm sorry, actually just make sure it's the newest version. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and close out of that window, and next thing the first thing we're going to install is 7-zip. So go ahead and find 7-zip wherever you downloaded it and saved it. Select on run, and then go through the prompts, accept the license, and next, and next. And since I already downloaded or installed it, I'm not going to install it again. And it's pretty fast, so you don't have to worry about it taking forever. And then the next thing we're going to install is Minecraft Forge. So just find the Minecraft Forge download and double click on the jar. And make sure you have the bullet on install client, not install server or extract. Make sure it's install client. And then select OK. And then it'll just say complete successfully installed client profile for Forge version blah 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 into your launcher. So you're going to just click OK for that. And then the next thing we're going to do is get to your .minecraft folder, and I have mine saved on this hotbar up here, but if you don't know how to get to it, just click on your start menu and type in the search box %app_data% and hit enter, and it'll bring up your roaming folder. And what you'll find normally at the very top is your .minecraft. So go ahead and double click on that, and now you're in your .minecraft folder. And the next thing you'll need to do is find the versions folder. So go ahead and double click on that. And oops, I actually have Forge installed already there. So let me go ahead and delete that. So Forge is right here, and you're going to, what I'm going to do is actually rename it, just because I do have different Forge installations that I use for different types of mod. Some mods aren't compatible with each other, so I just, you know, play with whichever version that I want, depending on which type of mod that I want to play. So I'm just going to name this 1.6.2 Forge and OptiFine, I guess. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and open that folder, and you're going to have to rename the two files that are within that folder the same as the folder name. So I'm going to rename this, the jar, and put it to the same, and also the JSON file, rename and save it. And the one thing with the JSON file, if you do rename the jar and the JSON file, you will need to change something in the ID as well within the JSON file. So you could go ahead and open this with Notepad or Notepad++ or any editor. I like using Notepad++, so I'm going to open it with that. And then on here, you could scroll through this and search for ID, or you could press Control F for find and type in ID in lowercase and press enter, and it'll highlight ID in green or whatever color depending on your editor. So within the quotes, I'm going to paste the same name that I named the jar and also the JSON file, and just save it by pressing Control S, and then, oh, did I not save it? No. Control S and close out of that, and you're all done with that. And the next where 7-zip comes into play is you'll need to right click on the Minecraft jar, and hover over 7-zip and select Open Archive. And it'll bring up this window, and you'll need to keep this open. And we're going to install OptiFine inside of the Minecraft jar itself. So go ahead and find the OptiFine download, right click on that, hover over 7-zip, and select Open Archive. And I'm just going to move them side by side so you guys could see them. And just in the OptiFine archive, you're going to want to select all of these files. And an easier way to select all of them is just click or select Control A on your keyboard, and it'll highlight all of the files for you. And then left click and drag them over into the Minecraft jar folder and select OK. And all the files have been moved into your .minecraft. So we could go ahead and close OptiFine. And then in the Minecraft archive, we're going to select the meta.inf folder, right click on it, and select Delete. And select OK, and then go ahead and close the Minecraft jar folder. And then after that, we're going to go back to our .minecraft folder. So just press a couple arrows back until you get to .minecraft. And then we're going to need to create a mod folder. So right click just anywhere in the folder itself and select New Folder and just label it Mods, all in lowercase. And then we're going to go into the Mods folder itself. And the two mods that we're going to install in the Mods folder is CraftGuide and TooManyItems. So go ahead and find those two files and just drag them over into your Mods folder. And that's all done for that part. And so what we're going to use, instead of the regular Minecraft launcher, we're going to use MagicLauncher. So go ahead and double click on MagicLauncher, and this window will come up. So what we're going to have to do is just set up the new profile itself so we know what to launch, because default is currently for my default Minecraft vanilla Minecraft version. So just select Setup, and then we're going to create a new configuration. So select New, and then you could label it, I'm just going to label it the same as the jar so I know which folder I'm accessing and which version and what's installed on it. So just it could select default or the line, it doesn't matter. Select OK, and then you're going to drop down environment and select the same folder and make sure it is selected on the jar. So that's why I renamed my jars, just so I know which ones I'm using for which configuration. And it does say modified just because we deleted the meta.inf folder, and that's perfectly fine. And so here you could see the two mods that we dragged into our mods folder were CraftGuide and TooManyItems. So make sure that they are check marked if you're wanting to load the two mods when you start Minecraft. If you don't, say you want to just use CraftGuide and not TooManyItems, you could deselect or uncheck mark TooManyItems and only CraftGuide will load, and of course OptiFine since it's in the jar itself. But I'm going to go ahead and select both of them, CraftGuide and TooManyItems, and then come up here to where you have the mods and advanced tab. We're going to need to go into this advanced tab here, and we're going to need to go back to the OptiFine page, and there are installation instructions. So here for Minecraft 1.6.2 and newer, we're going to click on show the spoiler, and we're going to scroll down to where it says install for Minecraft 1.6.2 with Forge. And we're not going to do the easy way, we're not going to do the simple way, but we're going to do the complex way because that's how we roll. And just read this, yada 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 yada. And what we're going to need from here is this line inside the quotes, the dash dfml dot ignore invalid Minecraft credit blah or certificate blah blah blah. So just don't select the quotes, just select the line itself and copy it, Control C, and then we're going to go back here. And what all of that said was to put it in the parameters. So we're going to paste, so Control V, and that's what we're going to leave it here. So here also you could allocate more RAM if you need for Minecraft, but this is perfectly fine, you know, half a gig is perfectly fine for the mods that we have installed. So here you could go ahead and just select OK, and then now you could select between your different configuration profiles that you have. So we're going to launch Minecraft with Forge, and it has OptiFine, CraftGuide, and TooManyItems. So let's go ahead and log in. And it's going to load Minecraft for us. And now, as you can see, instead of just saying Minecraft in the lower left-hand corner, it says Minecraft 1.6.2, the Forge version, the OptiFine version, and it also tells us how many mods we have installed. And now, I know it says 5, but if you go to mods, it's because it shows OptiFine and also the Minecraft Coder Pack, which is part of Forge, and there's Forge and Forge. So TooManyItems and CraftGuide. If you select them, there's some information about them there. So you can click on done, and let's go ahead and go through some of the options here. So instead of having just your regular settings, there are additional settings here. So if you have other mods installed which add keyboard shortcuts or like a sprint button or something, and that's kind of, it's coming out of 1.7, so yay! But here you'll have a scroll bar if you do have additional buttons instead of not being able to see them. So here you can see with CraftGuide we have a hotkey, which is the letter G. So you could go ahead and select whichever one you want, but I'm gonna leave it at G, so I know kind of CraftGuide, it's a guide, so I'll press G. So you can press done there, and then there are other settings also in the video settings. You could change some additional settings here, like this stuff, and you guys can look over that if you want. So I'm going to click done there, and let's go ahead and I did create a new world, I forgot. Well, let's just go ahead and create a new world. I'm going to put it in creative, or no, I'm going to do it in survival just because it's easy to. Let me put cheats on so I could change to creative, just so I could change to creative and show you guys the different stuff for CraftGuide and TooManyItems and OptiFine. So, okay, we're in a desert / snow biome. Okay, well, let's just get up here out of the ocean. Oh, piggies! Oh, piggies! Piggies, 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 come here! Come here, piggies! Okay, so let's go ahead and go over some of the mods. So with CraftGuide, again, you press the letter G, and a nice looking GUI comes up, and you could select set item and type in the item. Say if you're new to Minecraft and you don't know how to make a crafting bench, you can always just scroll down or just type a couple letters or crafting bench, and you're like, oh, it only takes 4 oak wood planks. You're like, that's so simple, but I don't know how to make oak or any wood planks at all. So you could click on planks, and it shows you how to make planks. You put in oak or spruce or jungle or birch or any type of wood, you get planks, wooden planks. So that's really helpful. And I mean, sometimes I don't even remember how to make a bow. If I can spell it correctly. So bow, you could type in bow, and here. So you get string, sticks, and ta-da, you get your bow. And what if you're like, oh, but I'm a total noob and I don't know how to make sticks. So you could just click on sticks, and it'll show you how to make sticks. So let me find it here. Where is just sticks itself? I just want to find sticks. Sticks. I want results of sticks. So here are sticks. You put 2 oak or any type of wood planks, and you get sticks. So that's pretty simple in itself, and I love that. And I hear spiders, and I hope they don't attack me. So we're moving on to the next mod. So what you're going to do is go into your inventory with E, and you have this full look at all this stuff just on a couple pages instead of a whole bunch of tabs. So what we're going to do, we're going to start over here, and here you see where you could be in survival, creative, or adventure mode, and then also you could toggle the rain on, or rain and snow on or off, and then also you could set the time to sunrise, noon, sunset, or midnight. And also you could change your difficulty at any time. And here you could even, fill your health and food. Say you couldn't find any animals in Minecraft, which is, well, it happens sometimes. It does. Then you could fill your hunger and your hearts. And also, there's a new bucket where you can remove potion effects. Instead of grabbing a bucket of milk, you could just do it right here. Okay, and so you see how Minecraft has the tabs, and you know, sometimes you don't know which tab certain items are in. You could always search for them, but why not just look here? It's a big menu and it's pretty, and everything's just right here in front of your face anyways. So also with here, you could also type it in as well if you don't know where a dropper is, or a cauldron, I guess. And also here you could add favorites, and you could make enchanted tools and armor and whatever you like. You could always name them, and also make potions and fireworks. So this really comes in handy when you have other mods installed which add blocks or plants or anything else, and then sometimes they have their own little tab in the creative mode, but sometimes they don't, and they're just mixed in with the regular Minecraft items. So you could always just go through tabs here, and normally they're added afterwards, so they're just easier to find. And so that's why I like TooManyItems. And then let's move on to OptiFine. So I don't have a texture pack installed now, but if you do, say you have, 64 resolution, or if you're like extreme gamer and you want 256 resolution or even 512, go for it and it will be awesome. But say you're like, oh, what's that over there? I can't really tell. You could just zoom in. You could just zoom in and see what it is, and kind of see as it is closer, I guess. So yeah, zoom. Just zoom away. And of course, again, if you go into your options and then controls, you can always change your zoom button. I normally have mine at Z, just so I remember. It's easier for me. Or you could always, if you have a gaming mouse, you could always set it on one of those buttons there. But this is kind of everything on the review. Hopefully this helps with mod installations, because they did change at 1.6.2. And if you guys liked, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you disliked, dislike, and comment. Either way, any comments are welcome. Well, thanks you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.